On to the news now. The very first strategic and economic dialogue for the US and China will take place in Washington starting on July 27th. Academics on both sides have commented on the significance. The head of the China Policy Program at George Washington University says the event aims to increase understanding between the two sides. Liu Ming reports.
As the first such meeting under the Obama administration, this round of dialogue represents a historic moment.
This is an unprecedented meeting between our two countries. In 30 years of diplomatic relations, we've never had such a large or a high-level meeting of this nature.
Professor Shambo says the focus of the agenda will be two main topics.
The first one is global financial stability. Our two countries are the two number one and number three leading economies in the world. And if the global economy is going to pull out of the global crisis, it's going to take China and the United States to lead it out of the crisis. The second one is climate change. And that is because of the Copenhagen summit in December. The clock is ticking towards December. And if the United States and China do not come to some bilateral agreements on climate change, the entire conference in Copenhagen will not be successful in December.
Besides these two, many other issues like the tension on the Korean Peninsula, Iran's nuclear program, and anti-terrorism will also be discussed. Many people think 2 days are too short to cover all these problems, but Professor Shambo gave a clear explanation.
We have to realize that this dialogue's main purpose is precisely dialogue. Its goal is not to solve problems. It is trying to facilitate continuing cooperation between the two governments after the dialogue adjourns. So the strategic and economic dialogue is a purpose to talk at a macro level, much higher strategic level between the two countries, to try and increase mutual strategic understanding and to decrease mutual misunderstanding.
Professor Shambo says the Obama administration has treated China as a global player, which means this round of dialogue is set to push Sino-US relations to an even higher level. The dialogue is the result of an agreement reached between US President Barack Obama and Chinese President Hu Jintao during their talks in April. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner will be joined for the dialogue by their respective Chinese co-chairs, State Councillor Dai Bingguo and Vice Premier Wang Qishan. Liu Ming, CCTV.